gentlemen, to another episode. Let's dive deep into this very interesting topic.
Okay, so boom. I was dating this girl for 5 to 6 years, right? She ended up getting pregnant. I signed the birth certificate.
You big dummy.
Because the dad did not want to. Our relationship did not work. She ended up dating the baby daddy again. And now they put me on child support. For that kid. Shit is crazy.
Wife, if she didn't actually have the baby, is she bonded like contractually to still be a part of that baby's life? Like, could you put her on child support if you wanted to?
Absolutely.
Really?
Even with her being on
Especially
the birth
because we're
certificate?
divorced and we there's a minor involved. So yeah, she would be a female on child support if I was.
Is it pay? Like, are you signing something while like you're conceiving or anything, or is it just because you guys decided to have the baby?
No, I do have a contract that I paid $700 for from an attorney that
With her.
basically states the terms with her, with him, with me as
Listen.
So the baby
parents.
18?
Just overall.
Okay, so why people be
Because
saying
one
like,
thing
why
we
people
not
be
Overall.
like,
We not gonna have a baby and now you just dipping.
Right.
hell nah.
But was
Hello, put that bitch on child support.
But no, she's on his birth certificate, and we were married when he was conceived.
In the beginning of our relationship, I take ownership for everything I've done from beginning to end. I'm crying because it's emotional. It's not just, this is real life.
It's very much real
You
life,
know,
and it's
and-
more importantly,
Yep,
there's a
and my
child
son-
involved.
Yeah, my son is a
and
real person.
like I said, the fact
he
that
is.
I can't give you the luxurious lifestyle, but I tried my best. And the one thing that I had your word on was that we were going to raise our son together. He was going to be our son. Ever since he was born, it was not that. And that's why I want this divorce.
A stud crying. I thought men wasn't allowed to cry and show their emotions. Okay, no. Seriously, this is weird. I think this is some new age stuff. When do we have lesbian studs arguing over paternity and custody? This is so weird. But let's break it down. So basically you have a lady who went viral saying she paying child support for her ex-girlfriend's child, and her and the man back together. But you signed them papers, you put yourself down there, you probably didn't see. And I never understood this with lesbian couples. If you the stud, then you probably ain't really dealing with men for real. But that feminine one, especially if she ever had a child, I really question if they're really lesbians. I think they could be just hurt by men, and this is just something to do, because the cases I know and the stuff I see online, they always go back to men. Them women secretly still like men, and they like relations with men. All that toy and strap-on stuff, my opinion is it's temporary. You're going through a phase, you're confused, a man done hurt you. But let's talk about the child support. Y'all getting a taste of what men go through. You wanted to be a feminist, you wanted equal rights, you want to have everything divided down the middle and be equal. Well, now you can pay child support on a baby that ain't even yours. And that's what I don't understand, because I think it's two different scenarios. You meet a woman and she already got a baby by a man, or y'all decide to have a baby some kind of way between the two of y'all, kind of like the brat did with that lady. And then y'all break up, but you're still on the hook financially for that child, and she back with a man. Lo and behold, the child's father. Studs getting played by these females, crying in court, going through divorces, paying child support. I couldn't imagine paying child support, especially for a child that ain't even mine, because I was in this delusion and a mentally ill state, thinking that this same-sex relationship or marriage was actually gonna last. Like lesbian and same-sex couples are having more longevity in marriage than opposite-sex couples. I don't even see that. Like, I just think y'all fall for the okie doke. Y'all get caught up in feelings and emotions. Something triggered you in life, and this is your escape. You run to this lifestyle to escape addressing what the real issue is, only to turn around and get burnt again. How many people really stay in a child's life after a breakup anyway? If you break up with somebody who got a kid, 9 times out of 10, eventually you and that kid, very few people stick around for stuff like that. Very few people stick around for stuff like that. And then you want to talk about same sex. You mean to tell me that it's a woman out here paying child support for a child that some woman she was with for a minute had by a man? This is so crazy. It's hard to even like keep straight of what's going on because it's so crazy. This is how you know we living in the last days, because stuff like this, when I was coming up in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, you didn't even hear about stuff like this. Now we got same-sex couples arguing and want empathy over what's going to be done with the child, being financially responsible for a child. And I know men sit back laughing. I know that because I'm laughing. I'm giggling because it's like, not that I enjoy people pain and suffering, but it's like y'all falling for the okie doke. Why is y'all even trying to build futures on a phase? And I know that's just my opinion, but I think a lot of that same-sex stuff is just a phase. And y'all want to try to build futures and merge assets and finances together, bring kids up in that confusion, and then you wonder why it don't last. This is so retarded to me. And again, that's my opinion. I know some of y'all LGBT friendly and y'all down with this confusion, but some things should just be left to men and women. And when you start to muddy the waters and blur the lines, the court's gonna be like, yep, you need to pay. You signed your name. You said this your child. Y'all decided together to come up with a baby some kind of way, because I don't know how two women coming up with a baby. Somebody done slept with a man, or somebody done went down to the people and did the turkey baster. Regardless of how y'all got the baby, they doing it that way too. And then now you mad because you got to pay for that child because that woman finessed you and played you. She ain't gonna have no mercy just because you a female and she back with a man. And the man probably sitting back laughing too, like, yeah, let her pay us child support for our child. Let her pay us child support for our child. This some American stuff. I don't see no other country, maybe a country or two over in Europe, but this is so America. This is so confusion, land of confusion. This is a mess. These women looking like men, buying and wearing men's clothes. It's disgusting. But y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the stud that just went viral saying that she's paying child support for her ex-girlfriend's child that she had with a man, and now her and that man back together. Leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Till the next time, I will catch y'all in the next episode. Peace out.